Welcome to this introduction of the SOS Project Booster Funding Call. My name is Malla Lehtonen and I work as Research Assistant at the Center for Sustainable Ocean Science, or SOS for short. In this video, I will guide you through the basics of the call, which will be open until the end of October. The call is open for projects on biodiversity-related marine research and its potential for a societal transition to sustainability. The aim of this call is to foster collaboration, explore innovative ideas, and to test preliminary research questions in the context of SOS. Let's take a look at the call's timeline. The call is now open, and it closes on the 31st of October. Please note that the call closes at 4 p.m. Finnish time, which is Eastern European time. The decisions will be given in early December, and we will notify all applicants of the decision via email. Upon a positive funding decision, we require the project lead and possibly other key team members to attend a kickoff meeting with us at the start of the project. The purpose of this meeting is to go over practicalities and to discuss how SOS can support the project, and in general to ensure that the work gets off to a good start. We are also offering applicants a chance to discuss the project and ask any questions about their application in short online consultations, which will take place on Monday, October 20th via Zoom. You can book a 15-minute consultation through the Booster Call webpage. The amount of funding available in this call is 50,000 euros in total. An individual project may apply for between 5,000 and 20,000 euros. Co-funding is possible, meaning that we are open to being co-funders in a project that has additional funding from other sources. The funding may be used for short-term salary, travel, materials, and other expenses. The funding will be granted as a lump sum. The funding period is 1 year. The project should preferably start in January 2026 and be completed by the end of the year. What are we looking for? The proposed projects may address any biodiversity-related marine research topic, but we do require them to meet certain criteria and guidelines. The project should be innovative and bold, exploring new avenues, be either multi-, inter-, or transdisciplinary, working across at least 2 disciplines or fields, natural sciences, humanities, social sciences, the arts, etc. The project should also be linked to one or more of the overarching topics of SOS. This means that it should have a connection to one or more of our work packages. We will take a quick look at them shortly. Proposals are also encouraged to involve collaboration outside Åbo Akademi University as well as stakeholders. We particularly value projects that include partners from outside academia, as well as projects that help us strengthen and build national or international partnerships. Projects that aim at establishing a startup company are also eligible to apply. Here's a quick closer look at the SOS work packages that were mentioned. The mission of SOS is to provide transdisciplinary knowledge on wicked problems linked to marine biodiversity and its role in the societal transition to sustainability. Focusing on the Archipelago Sea and Åland Island area in Finland, we study how human actions interact with marine biodiversity in creating wicked problems and what can be done to solve such challenges. The work is structured around these 6 work packages. VPs 1, 2, and 3 include specific case studies of wicked problems, while VPs 4 to 6 draw on these, support this work, and synthesize the findings. Work Package 1, Healthy and Clean Seas, looks at the links between the structure, function, and services of key habitats. This is done by measuring ecosystem processes relevant for a healthy sea, for conservation goals, and for various ecosystem services such as nutrient filtering, carbon binding, and sediment stabilization. This work package also aims to improve the knowledge of these linkages within blue growth sectors such as maritime traffic. Work Package 2, Food Production, seeks solutions to improve food production development in coastal areas, focusing on agriculture and fisheries and working towards sustainable practices with reduced nutrient enrichment to the sea. Work Package 3, Land-Sea Interaction, develops science-based solutions for the successful coexistence of marine activities and coastal nature. This is done by studying the impacts of, for example, coastal homes, leisure boating, and offshore wind development on coastal habitats and species. Work Package 4, Transitions towards holistic marine governance and improved regulations draws mainly on the case studies from work packages 1, 2, and 3, and analyzes the path towards holistic marine governance and regulation, balancing the protection and use of marine biodiversity. Work package 5, Theory and Methodology, contributes to a paradigm shift for sustainable ocean science. The objectives of BP5 are to analyze and develop the methods for knowledge co-creation based on the other SOS work packages, and to encourage reflexive inter- and transdisciplinary learning by developing strategies and concepts to manage diverging knowledge systems of ocean science. Part of this work in BP5 is also to study and document processes within the SOS booster-funded projects. In practice, this means that SOS researchers conduct interviews with the booster-funded project's team members and participate in some of their meetings as mutually agreed. And finally, Work Package 6, Science Engagement, Collaboration, and Impact, supports the other work packages through the integration and connection of approaches, solution-oriented engagement, and through the establishment of new collaborations and novel bottom-up research fields. In practice, this is done, for example, through the Project Booster funding, which falls under the tasks of BP6. You can find more information on each of these work packages on our website under Research. We have also identified 3 overarching research strands, which we call storylines, that encompass all of the work we do within the different work packages. These are preventing biodiversity loss, acknowledging biodiversity and its contributions in the sustainability transition, and co-creating holistic knowledge of biodiversity and its changes. These storylines are featured in the Project Booster Call as 3 application tracks. We will take a closer look at them next. On the online application form, you will be asked to select one of 4 tracks, 3 of which are based on the overarching storylines of SOS. Please select the track that your project most aligns with. If your project aligns with multiple tracks, please select the one that fits the best. There is also a 4th open option for any projects that do not align with any of the first 3 tracks. You can choose this one if you feel that your project doesn't fit within any of the first 3. You can find more information on the different application tracks on the Project Booster Call webpage. Please note that we do not have any quota for these tracks, and the success of your application will not be in any way dependent on which one you select. The purpose of these different tracks is for us to better grasp where in the broader research landscape of SOS your project would be positioned if funded. Who can apply? We welcome applications from both early career and established researchers in all fields. We particularly value projects that strengthen our collaborations both within and outside Åbo Akademi University and that bring in partners from other universities and institutions or beyond academia. Applicants can, but do not have to, have an existing affiliation with SOS or the Åbo Akademi University profiling area, the C. However, each application must involve at least one person employed by or in a grant agreement with Åbo Akademi University. The project can have exactly 1 lead and a maximum of 3 co-applicants. Applicants can only lead 1 project and participate in a maximum of 3 project proposals. How to apply? Submit your application by October 31st, 4 p.m. Eastern European Time by the web call form that is linked on the Project Booster Call webpage. In the application, you must attach a single PDF file that contains the following: the project plan, max 3 pages in length, a detailed budget, 1 page, and short CVs of all of the applicants, max 3 pages each. Please note that all of the above must indeed be compiled into 1 PDF document. You will only be able to add 1 attachment to the application. Please also read carefully the detailed instructions for the attachment on the Project Booster Call webpage. There you will find a list of the required information, as well as formatting instructions. And now, let's take a look at the projects that were funded last year in the very first Project Booster Call. In 2024, we awarded a total sum of 45,800 euros that was divided among 4 projects. Escape the Heat, Microclimates and Heat Waves, led by doctoral researcher in environmental and marine biology, Sarah Rumkov. Saving the Baltic Sea with Law, led by Laura Ervo, professor in procedural law. Meanings of Archipelago Forests, a co-productive art science project with 2 archipelago secondary schools, led by researcher in history Otso Kortekangas. And Modeling Advanced Primary Production Scenarios in Coastal Seas, led by Connie Sjöqvist, postdoctoral researcher in environmental and marine biology. You can find more information on these projects on our website, on our blog, and through our social media. That's it for this introduction. With any questions regarding this call, you can book an online consultation, or you can contact either me or Professor Christian Panschattig directly. And remember that you will always find the most up-to-date information on our website. We look forward to your applications. Thanks for watching.